Hey everybody, I'm here at the WCIT 2024, and it's a very interesting conference. It's got people from all over the world. We're talking every single continent. I've heard so many different languages here, but they've all happened to come here to Armenia. So it's held at different places around the world. This time it's in Armenia, and I want to give you some of the different highlights from this very special conference dealing with technology, and of course 100% focused on AI.
So yes, I was very fortunate enough to get a ticket to actually attend this very interesting and impressive conference. The ticket is $500, so that's beyond my budget, but thankfully the university I work at was able to secure some tickets and then gave it to whoever was interested in attending. So this was actually the 28th World Congress on Innovation and Technology, and it happened to be held here in Armenia, so I was definitely able to attend. The theme of this conference was the power of mind, AI beyond limits within ethics. So we talked about many different aspects of AI, everything from education to politics to governance, as far as how things are being done within cities, within states, within countries, everything in between. But a big thing was also this aspect of ethics and making sure that we're keeping the human in the loop, and also very much talking about how AI is going to change the future. They were very much focused on this aspect of, hey, this is pressing, this is happening right now. So much of the world is not ready for it. They're not understanding. And some presentations did bring up this aspect of AI literacy, which was great. I loved hearing that. But a majority were simply focused on the idea of business aspects and how this is going to change work, how this is going to change government interactions, the ethics of different policies, and how things need to function that way.
Because we're in a moment of extraordinary change, and I think every entrepreneur in this room should be thinking about how they can be a part of that.
And so I think you're exactly right.
And many different impressive speakers from all over the place. Again, this was a very much international event, but the one that really impressed me was Rev Labardian. He's the VP of Omniverse and Simulation Technology at NVidia. He gave a great overall speech, lots of different interesting parts, but the thing that really captivated me was when he talked about AI and robotics. Key quote of something that he said is that AI infused robots will become as common as cell phones and that they will only cost a few $1,000s. And the other big thing about this is that he expressed that will be happening within a year or two. That next year will definitely be the year of the robots. And then within another year or so, the production will be so improved and so fine tuned that this is going to be affecting everyone, that this is going to be affecting businesses, all sorts of different businesses, and that it will become very commonplace. And it might even come to everybody's homes as well, because the price will be going down so much and its capabilities will increase. So prices going down, capabilities increasing, meaning that it's going to be something that's going to be very common, very much within reach for everyone as well. He mentioned a few $1,000s. So what does that mean? Well, to me, that means anything between $2,000 and $10,000. We already have robots coming out that will be under $20,000. We have big announcements coming soon as far as other companies and their robots, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of competition. So the price points are going to be very much in the favor of consumers. So I've talked about robots in the past, and it's important for us to keep continuing this conversation so that we can think about how this is going to affect academia. So what will that mean? If we're able to have a robot, should we have a robot within our classroom? What will we use it for? What could it enhance? Would it be worthy of anything? My answer to that is I think there definitely would be a place for a robot in many different ways. Again, everything would be dependent on the actual subject matter to be learned, but imagine a robot that could be part of different breakout sessions, right? You could have sections of the class working in different things, and now you could have this robot that could be as a teaching assistant, that could be explaining something to one group of students. You could have it so that it could be listening to a presentation by another group of students. You could have it function as a mentor. You could have it during some sort of projects that they're working on. As you're going around talking to one group, it could be going around and asking questions to another group. So there's lots of possibilities here. Role play, it could be acting things out. It could serve as a different way to interact with your students because of the motivational aspect, right? I mean, having a robot in the class, that would be something that would be pretty impressive to begin with. But again, the idea here is by us thinking about these things now, we can start to prepare. We can start to ask ourselves, would it be beneficial to have a robot? Is this something I should look into? What are some ethical questions that I might need to have? Is it going to be storing everything, all the information? Is that okay? Do I need to give it all the information about my students? If I do that, is that going to be stored locally within the robot or is that going to go out to the cloud? So these are important questions we should be asking and pushing to these companies right now so that we can get a good solution and we can be prepared for them for when these robots become fully available and are out there. We should also start to think about, okay, maybe we should give classes on how to interact with the robot. What are some ethical aspects there? As AI improves and it becomes more emotional with emotional voice, as well as being able to remember individuals and develop relationships, is that going to affect the way that we interact with robots? What about students that start to have their own robot, right? There's lots of different possibilities and things to think about. So again, that's why I want us to really be proactive in this. The conference had a couple of different things dealing with robots, but it was mainly focused on AI and its development within society, ethical implications. I really think that the next major conference is going to be, and again, next year, I think it's going to be nothing but robots, nothing about but AI and within robots and how that's going to be affecting society in a major way. So again, I want us to be proactive about this. I'd love for us to have a continuing discussion about what this means. I mean, imagine if there's a $5,000 robot, let's say $5,000, right? We don't have a specific price, but let's say it gets down to $5,000. And with that, it could help you physically in so many different ways in the house, and it could have the capability of actually being functional within a classroom, meaning that you could tell it to teach a class on something, and it could. You could tell it to listen to presentations, and it could, and help you with evaluations even, all sorts of possibilities. Together, by thinking this through and being proactive with all of these ideas, all of these different aspects, and discussing these developments and putting it all together, we can come up with solutions. We can make it so that the educational experience is really beneficial for everyone. So please continue this discussion in the comments and let's see what type of great answers we can come up with together. Please like and share so that we can, again, expand this conversation with so many different peoples, because together we can really develop something really unique and favorable for everyone involved. And remember, learning is for life.